Hi, Mason again. It's time to find out exactly what's going to happen in the next Syracuse game. This is No Wrong Answers. Here's Brian.
Thank you, Mason. Busy guy, that Mason. Busy fellow. That Mason. All right, No Wrong Answers. We got a double dose of the No Wrong Answers coming up on Saturday. Syracuse and Johns Hopkins. Don't call me Johnny Hopkins. We'll head to Homewood Field in Balmer on a Saturday. That is a 1 o'clock face-off on Saturday, a game that you can watch on ESPN+. Or if you only want to watch it on your TV, it will be tape-delayed airing on ESPNU on Sunday at 2 o'clock. So ESPN+, Saturday at 1 o'clock, will get you Cuse and Hopkins. Syracuse, this is a little dramatic, but this is how we do it. Syracuse saved their season with the come-from-behind win against Penn on Saturday. You know, you can't save your season on March 1st, but things were, you went number one, and then were prepared to lose 3 in a row. Now you at least got one. Now you're going to Homewood to play one of your oldest rivals on Saturday. Hopkins at the moment is 4-1, but I'm struggling to know how good they are right now, because they were to play Georgetown in their second game of the season. They blew out Robert Morris to start the season. Then they were going to play a good Georgetown team. That game got postponed due to weather. They beat Towson and Loyola, so they beat both of their Baltimore rivals. Then they got shellacked by North Carolina, who we know is really good. And then this past weekend, in what for many, many years was one of the bigger games this time of year, but this year not as much, they beat Virginia by 1 on the road. Always good to go to Clockner and win, but shocking to say, Virginia I don't think is very good this year. So Hopkins is 4-1. I don't know if they're great. Syracuse here, did they right the ship late third quarter on Sunday against Penn? Because things were, if they had lost that game, they're down 8-4 mid-late third quarter Sunday at Penn. You lost a close game, a game you outplayed in, but you screwed up enough that you lose the game to Harvard. It's like, okay. Like, you would have preferred to win it, but it's like, okay, I see what happened. Then you get absolutely demolished by Princeton, which is like, okay, I know they're good, but now you're 2 games into a 6-game road and you've lost both. Now you're down 8-4. That was, if anything, a gut check moment. You come back, you win the game in overtime, you get the goal from Michael Leo to win it, you get the big face-off win from Johnny Mullen, and not Johnny Hopkins, in overtime to give you possession to win the game, and you steady the ship, right? Now you're 4-2, and the ship at minimum is steady after all of that. So I don't want to say, like, Hopkins is a must-win, but at the same time, what's coming up next? You got to fly out to Colorado to play Air Force in Denver. I don't care if you're better than both those teams. Those trips are hard. Those trips are hard on the body and the altitude and the travel, and it'll be games 5 and 6 away from the Dome in a row. I would not want to go out there having just lost yet another game to Hopkins. This series, this is very much a throw out the record series. With that, let's look up the record. Syracuse, Johns, Hopkins series. Like, they've played so many games over the years. Where's the year by year situation? Give me a year by year. So Syracuse has won the last 2. Hopkins won 2 before it. Syracuse won 2 before that. Hopkins won. Syracuse won. Hopkins 2. Syracuse 3. It's back and forth over the years. You look at these scores: 3-goal game, 1-goal game, 2-goal game, 3-goal game. Like, it's close games. Overtime. Like, it's close games, almost regardless of who is ranked where and the whole thing. And I would expect nothing besides that coming up on Saturday. So let's get into it. No Wrong Answers, 1 o'clock face-off down in Baltimore. Cuse and Hopkins Saturday. Okay, Syracuse, no wrong answers. Start the game faster. My goodness, the first quarters of late have been bad. Okay, no wrong answers. Syracuse will have a better first quarter Saturday. Will it be electric? No. The Orange will score 3 goals in the first quarter against Johns Hopkins, not 0. Bounce back game for Joey Spallina, who did not have a great weekend in Ivy League country last week. I think Joey goes 3-2 in this game. Finn Thompson's come to life a little bit of late. We like that. How about 1-4 for the Finner on Saturday for the Cuse? Wyatt Hoddle's kind of been disappearing. How about now that, he's in the scouting report? Not 2 goals for this game, but Wyatt Hoddle will get back on the score sheet with a goal. Last game was a Michael Leo game. How about a Luke Roa game? Hat-trick for Roa as he hit some bombs from the outside down at Homewood in Baltimore. John Mullen has been struggling. John Mullen, though, found a little something late against Penn. He won big face-offs late. I think John Mullen starts to get his groove back in this game. John will win 58% of the face-offs against Johns Hopkins. Johnny Mullen beating Johnny Hopkins on Saturday. I really like Jimmy McCool this year. I think he's played very well. I think Jimmy will have a nice day at Hopkins Saturday. He'll stop 61% of the shots on Saturday against Johns Hopkins. So no wrong answers. The Orange and the Blue Jays down in Baltimore. Final score from historic Homewood Field, 13-12, another 1-goal classic between the Orange and the Jays. Final score 13-12. The Orange go down to Baltimore and win it. Now, no wrong answers in the Dome in this. Yeah, this game between the Orange and Pitt is just an exhale. Pitt right now is tied with Notre Dame for the 15th and final spot in the conference tournament. Syracuse is tied with Wake at 6-11. The Orange are in the conference tournament. Pitt is currently tied with Notre Dame for that last spot. So there will be stuff on the line in the Dome on Saturday. All right, Notre Dame. Let me see. What did Notre Dame and Pitt do? At least I think there will be stuff on the line. Where's the Notre Dame Pitt final score on this year? Oh, yeah, there will be stuff on the line. So Notre Dame and Pitt played a few weeks back, and Pitt won. So Pitt has the tiebreaker over Notre Dame. So if they win the game on Saturday, Pitt beat Syracuse, they will make the ACC tournament. Notre Dame plays Boston College at noon on Saturday. I'm aware that Syracuse lost to Boston College, but Boston College is terrible. They have already missed the conference. They're 3-14. They're not going to be making the ACC tournament. So this appears to be the scenario. If Notre Dame loses to Boston College, then Pitt and then they'll all be tied. Then it becomes a mess. Here's the gist of it, best I can tell. If Pitt wins on Saturday, they make the ACC tournament. Meaningful game in March for the Pitt Panthers. It is, obviously we don't know this officially, it's going to be Adrian Autry's last game coaching in the Dome. Senior day for J.J. Starling. That's a thing that's happening on Saturday. I guess a William Kyle and a Nate Kings will be honored for stuff as well. But yeah, it's JJ's last. Hard to figure JJ's been here 3 years. What an odd 3 years it has been, as his tenure obviously lines up directly with that of Red as the head coach. So no wrong answers, Syracuse and Pittsburgh on Saturday. The Orange have already beaten Pitt once this season in a game that happened many moons ago. When was that? That was the first game of January. The Orange went to the Peterson Event Center and won. Or was that the first game of January? It was early January. The Orange went there and won 83-72. They won back in early January. It was January 10th. It was not the first game of January, but it was early enough. And that was a time where, at the time, I don't want to say it was a big win, but it was a necessary win for the Orange. At the time, they were 2-1 in the league at the time. That seems like many moons ago that Syracuse was able to go to Pittsburgh and have success like that. Donnie Freeman had a big day that day, dropping 22 points. William Kyle had a nice day. J.J. Starling had a nice day with 19 points. Brandon Cummings, remember he came. Nelly Cummings' brother came off the bench and hit all those threes for Pitt. He had 29 points in the game. So no wrong answers. Syracuse and Pittsburgh, second of two this season with everything on the line for the Pitt Panthers. Let's start with Donnie Freeman. I mean, in theory, there's still nobody on Pitt that can stop him. There's no good reason why he shouldn't have a day again. I say 21 points, but just 4 rebounds for Freeman, who goes lacking on the glass in what could be his final game in the Dome on Saturday. The senior J.J. Starling, he's going to get him up in this game, right? Like, J.J.'s going to take some shots. J.J., here, no wrong answers. 15 shots for J.J. Starling. How about 17 points in the game in his final Dome game for JJ. Nate Kings, we like Nate Kings. I think we say that every week in No Wrong Answers that we like Nate Kings. 13 points for Nate in the game. Nate George is just a mysterious case, right? Where if you look at his season stats and then you also plug in how we all feel about it, they don't necessarily equal each other. So Nate George, 11 points, 5 assists, and 5 turnovers in the game coming up on the weekend. Cayenne, does he still work here? 2 points for Cayenne Anthony. We'll see how Sadiq's doing with the shoulder. I like what Sadiq's been about recently. 6 points, 5 rebounds for Sadiq White in the game. And William Kyle had 4 steals and 0 blocks the last time against Pittsburgh. He'll reverse it. No steals, but 4 blocks and 3 dunks for William Kyle in the game. So let's toss it all in the pot. Syracuse beat Pitt by 11 back now 2 months ago. Now we arrive at the end of a season that has not gone the way either of these teams would have hoped, with the Orange definitely going to the ACC tournament, playing Tuesday in Charlotte, and Pittsburgh with a win, hoping to go to the ACC tournament. Or maybe not. I don't know what they're hoping at this point. Okay. No wrong answers. Syracuse and Pittsburgh in the Dome. Reds' final Dome game, Saturday. Final score. Deep breath. 84-79. No wrong answers. Adrian Autry wins his final Dome game. Then the Orange lose on Tuesday, and they finish the season at 16-16. No wrong answers. Syracuse wins it. Whew. Predicting Syracuse to win a game at this point, I feel squirmy on the inside. So there we are, little no wrong answers for Syracuse and Pittsburgh coming up on Saturday. And no wrong answers. That's going to bring us to the end of the old program here today. Thanks for hanging out, y'all, here on this Thursday. Upcoming schedule will be post-game on Saturday after the basketball game, around about 6:30. That's a 4:30 tip, so we'll be here for that coming up on Saturday. And we'll probably talk some lax as well, because face-off is at 1 o'clock. So you know the drill. Get right back here to YouTube on Saturday. We'll hang out on Twitter during the game, and we'll do it up real nice here. Post-game, we'll have Reds last JMA Wireless Dome press conference coming after the game on Saturday, and we'll see how it all goes. Yeah, it could be just a bizarrely terrible game on Saturday with absolutely no defense play. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see you on the social medias. We'll see you right here on YouTube coming up on Saturday evening.